are you on the road and you'll call a call girl?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Now he don't know
Now
you don't know what the fuck you talking about. See what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you this. Side he makes a marriage work.
Big.
Damn. Your partner, Big Boy. Hangout is going down, man. This probably be one of those episodes where, you know when you're going through something and your toes start to curl already? You know what I'm saying? Because you're anticipating what's going to happen.
That's diabetes.
Or gout.
One of those.
Yeah, aside from
diabetes.
Aside from the sugars.
Right.
All right.
It's a bad joke. As black men, that's a bad joke.
Yeah. So aside from diabetes,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what y'all gonna say. Aries.
Aries you ain't gotta worry about me. You gotta worry about him.
DJ Hed.
Yes, I am.
I don't have to worry about you at all.
No. Not now sitting next to this
hey,
man. This is the one.
DJ Hed, right? DJ Hed is one of these motherfuckers, bro. And in the world of fake, this motherfucker brutally honest. He would definitely tell you, like, you can't show DJ Hed, and I say this shit to you all the time. You can't show DJ Hed your baby and ask him like, oh, isn't she beautiful? He'd be like, nah.
Well, there is a such thing as ugly babies.
Yeah,
like, we try to act like that's not a thing.
Right.
I tell you what, if you get to hell before I do, make room for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because we sitting side by side.
But just for telling the baby that's ugly?
Just telling the parents that the baby's ugly.
If you ask me, I'm not gonna volunteer.
Right.
If you ask me though, you ask me what I think about your baby.
Hey man, how many people have told you when you say like, yeah man, I brought Hed to the studio and I played it for Hed, and you don't mind telling somebody that they sound like their song is whack or they got to go back? Who have you told that to that we know?
Xzibit, Roddy, YG, probably I think Ty.
So just probably what, like the West Coast?
Nipsey.
Right.
No, there's been some people on the East Coast
I saw a clip of Nipsey talking about how brutally honest you are and thanked you for it.
How old are you?
41.
See, I'm 50. We come from that era.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna come out with a line of T-shirts that say "Built 80s Tough."
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
It's different now, though.
Yeah.
And Aries being a great comedian, man, and we were just talking before we got on the Hangout, man. You one of those, how many professional years you have?
36.
He just showed me a clip that Def Comedy Jam at the age of 16.
Started when I was 14.
So running in clubs.
Yeah.
People in their lives don't know what they want to do, especially at 14, 16.
People don't know what they want to do.
20.
The two most crippling things is ignorance and fear. They either don't know what to do or they're too scared to do it. And that can cripple the shit out of you and so long that it becomes too late. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you got to know how to get out of your own way too, type of shit too, though, bro.
That part I'm still trying to master.
Right.
Getting out of my own way.
Really?
But as far as...
Explain what you mean by that, though.
Well, you know, my mouth is my biggest attribute, but it's also my biggest detriment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
and especially now, too, bro, because we living in a world now, shit is goofy now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's goofy, man.
Yeah.
And for you to be in the business this many years, have you noticed, not that your audience changed, but the sensitivity in the audience, has it changed?
Well, definitely between political correctness and wokeness.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's changed the landscape, but my comedy cocaine is uncut.
Right.
I'm Frank Lucas, Blue Magic.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm never gonna dilute my product.
Do you ever have to test your mental editor, though?
You know, there are things that run across my mind where I go, maybe you shouldn't. You know what? You pick your battles more so probably in interviews. You know what I mean? What I say on stage is gonna always be raw.
Right,
I don't give a fuck about that. But in interviews, maybe strategically, it might have been better to not say certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because on stage, you know it's a performance. On here, it's a performance too. But because it's not the stage, people might tend to take it more, oh, that's how he feels.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even though my objective is to always be funny. I don't care if it's a podcast, a radio interview, TV interview, stage. I'm a comedian first.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
an entertainer. So performing is always at the forefront.
But is it harder to be a comedian now?
Again, my cocaine chichi.
You know what
I'm saying?
Hey, man, what about you, Hed, just with having a microphone in your face now, bro? And I'm going to tell you, man, Hed, in the last few years, especially last couple years, that's why I was telling you, man, I said, man, I'm just going to start saying Hed said. There's TMZ where we'll do something, we'll be like, man, where did that come from? Be like, man, such and such happened. You're like, no, that's bullshit. They would say TMZ said it. You're like, oh, shit. If TMZ said it, it's real.
Yeah.
There's a Hed said now.
Is that right?
What? Like, where did you hear that from? Oh, you know, like there's this thing that you had that other people didn't have with Kendrick, right? And we would hear shit and we'd be like, oh, what did you hear that? Oh, man, Hed said. Do you understand the power of Hed said?
I do now. I do understand. It's not necessarily a headset thing. It's more just understanding the responsibility that comes with having a microphone and a platform and trying to differentiate myself between me and everybody else in the noise. Like you said, everybody got a microphone, and then Aries said it's like everybody walking around with a loaded gun. That's what your platform is. So for me, I try to make sure that I've used my gun responsibly, and that's why I guess it's more potent than most people. But it is a lot, to be honest with you. Like I told Dot that like it's very difficult to navigate the space, and like me and Big might have a conversation, or me and Aries might have a conversation, and I know that ain't for public consumption.
Right.
And I'm not willing to violate the sanctity of my relationships for content or clout.
But you know what, Ed? Some people are goofy that way.
Yeah.
Like motherfuckers nowadays, man, they are literally calling you on speakerphone. That's why I don't even talk to people on the phone now.
Well, that's why I'm selective now with these interviews, because you know I do Vlad on a regular basis. But once upon a time ago, I did Comedy Hype, I did Art of Dialogue, and recently I was on Vlad, and I told him, I said, hey man, and I called him out. I was pissed about it, not Vlad, but I said I don't fuck with Comedy Hype or Art of Dialogue because I know it's tabloid TV, like them cheap newspapers you see in the grocery store. But at least with Vlad, if I say something, he'll put it in the context in the description based on what I said, whereas Art of Dialogue and Comedy Hype will purposely flip the words around to draw you in for the click.
Yeah.
So I got
clickbait.
mad to the point where I was like, man, fuck them cocksuckers. That's coward shit. Don't take what I said and flip it just to get the click. Now you making me look bad. So they caught wind of that, and now everybody's sending me these clips. Art of Dialogue has said Aries is openly gay. Openly gay comedian, blah, blah, blah. Because now we got a beef.
Hey man, but that's that shit too. I was talking about they can just throw it in the air and leave it there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And,
yeah.
But hey, that's the world we living in now, bro.
Let's be clear. I was mad, and I called them coward cocksuckers. So now their response is, this nigga openly gay. Word.
Right.
Word.
Couldn't do the show last week. You had to pick up your daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
But yeah, but that's the way this shit is now, though, bro. It's a whole different world, and everybody has a microphone. Everybody has a platform. Everybody's right, and people don't give a fuck what standards they go by now.
No.
You know?
And listen, the slippery slope is. Listen, I've caught myself in the vortex of scrolling for 3 hours because some of that shit is funny. Yeah. Some of these people, you know, they got 15 minutes of fame. But then the bad part is it's like Studio 54. Everybody trying to get in there.
Right.
And everybody don't deserve to get past the velvet rope. So it's like while I'm looking at some funny shit, I'm also going, Jesus Christ, they gave you a voice.
Hey man, are you seeing that with comedians too now?
Oh, absolutely.
Like a lot of comedians, they're not doing their work now.
No.
They ain't going to open mics. They're not in the club at 14, being on, on Def Comedy Jam at 16.
Right.
Now motherfuckers are just coming in and they can cut the line.
Well, that's part.
Do you trip off of that though? As far as like not paying the dues, like it's today's market price. You can just get in.
No, because not paying the dues eventually shows.
Yo, I've seen that.
You know what I mean? We talking about practice, not a game.
Right. We talking about practice?
No, practice matters.
Yeah, hell yeah, it does.
So yeah, you can get so far by cheating the game, but eventually, if you're talking about sustainability, if you're talking about longevity, a career,
36 years.
substance, no, you got to have ammo.
Hey, what about with DJing?
Man, everybody.
Because now everybody's like a button push, and this ain't about hating all that shit. We just talking about what it is. the button pushing and, you know,
Bro, I seen
celebrity DJs and
I've
shit.
seen an influencer DJ. I've seen a lot of shit. I remember one time I went to this event. They didn't book me. I was salty about it. This is a while ago. This wasn't recent. They didn't book me. I was salty about it. They booked this other DJ. Not gonna say who it was.
Who was it? No, it's bullshit.
He not around no more. Like Aries said, it don't matter. It ain't sustainable.
Right.
He had an aux cord plugged into the board in the club. The aux cord is running up to his phone. He had his phone plugged in like this, and not on a phone, an iPod, not even a new one, the new one with the wheel on it, right? So,
yeah.
So while people dancing, you could hear click, 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 click. Yeah. And it hit play on the next one. And I've seen that. I've seen, you know, DJs that are model DJs, which I don't know what that is.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, it's like, so there's a DJ who DJ'd a set, recorded it, gave it to her on a flash drive. She go up there, press play, and she just getting,
Yeah, man.
you know, do that shit.
Come from behind the turntables and shit. Like, if there's turntables there.
No.
Tell sound guy so much for not moving, right?
Right.
That's for niggas to be animated.
Hey, man. And while we sitting here on just hanging out, man, have y'all been following any of the Diddy trial shit?
I've been paying attention to it a little bit.
I pay attention.
Yeah, I wasn't.
I
Really
don't go down
heavy
the
in it.
rabbit hole.
Yeah, I don't either. But now it's getting to the point where it's getting juicy. So it's kind of, for lack of better words, sucking you in. No Diddy.
Right. Hey, man. But when you do see it, and I've caught, you know, I've had, you know, specialists on all that kind of shit, man. And like I said, I'm trying to raise kids, so I don't go down the rabbit hole too much.
Yeah.
But I know enough on the surface to have a general conversation about it. But do you feel like you're starting to see more of the court of public opinion? Like, I haven't seen of course the Cassie tape, that shit is crazy. But I haven't seen the crazy shit where it's what are you gonna lock them up for when we start talking about racketeering and extortion, sex and extortion and all that shit. I'm seeing baby oil. I'm seeing, you know, somebody that want to come in and knock your girl down. I'm seeing freak shit, of course. But I don't know how much is like where you say, okay, he's guilty and there's a trial, you know, and I've seen them turning the corner. But have y'all been watching any of that shit?
No, but listen, if there in fact is those things, racketeering, sex trafficking, by all means he should go to jail.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But anything in terms of freaky and sexual and nasty, thank God we live in America. Mm-hmm. None of that is illegal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And as much as we want to, you know, go all poor Cassie, yes, for the domestic abuse. But when you look at the evidence, the text messages, she was a willing participant. So how much empathy can you have?
But you know, you get people too that say, man, it's hard to get away from it too. You know, like
Sure,
anytime you see a coat or some shit or something, just leave them, girl, or I can't believe that y'all fell for that, you know, and you stayed with that coat for so many years. You know, it's easy to sit on the outside and say you should have bounced. But yeah, there are text messages. There are I can't wait to freak off and all that kind of shit. So
It's hard to run away when you got
Hey,
$1
what
million.
is in your head?
No, I was gonna ask Aries if he's ever like, you know, traveled with someone to go somewhere.
Like brought somebody on the road?
Yeah.
At first I was big on not bringing sand to the beach. But once I, you know, and you know, when you're young, you don't mind the hunt. But as you get older, the hunt, it's like, I'm too old for this. I'm looking for wounded deer, nigga.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So when you
Damn near roadkill.
So when you find somebody who
some shit you can
vibe
drive
with-
by and just scoop up like,
Wounded deer is crazy.
yeah, when you find somebody who you vibe with, who gives you the feeling of that you search for on the road, but as a regular,
Yeah.
you start to
Why
break
did you
away
ask
from
that
that.
head?
Because technically, like when they say that, so the way that they look at it, sex trafficking is if you bring someone federal, if you bring someone across state lines for the purpose of sexual intercourse, that's quote unquote sex trafficking.
You know what? I didn't know that sodomy until somebody broke the definition down. Sodomy is illegal.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit that's illegal.
And
Quote unquote.
And I don't know if you guys heard, but sodomy is like giving head or oral sex or something like that.
Sodomy is penetrating the back orifice.
Yeah, yeah.
The rear entrance.
Isn't that?
I like sodomy as long as nobody's in sodomy.
So,
Let me say that again.
Yeah,
I like sodomy as long as nobody's inside of me.
I heard that, brother. And then what's the network that you beefing with right now? Because you giving them all kind of jewels and shit.
Oh,
Whether
Comedy Hype or
They clipping this shit up.
Oh yeah. And they'll take it out of
They'll
context.
be like,
openly gay comedian like sodomy.
He's like, yeah. We gonna just take this and this and
Yeah.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
clipping the shit out
And
of
in the
that.
comments, I knew that nigga was into Diddy shit.
Yeah, man. Big Boy's gay hangout. They're all sitting there.
And it's Pride Month.
They're just talking.
An openly gay comedian with Big Boy and Head.
Yeah, man.
This
Oh,
whole
man.
shit just turned
We
gay.
all fucked up. We're not gonna sit down and do this shit again.
Hell no.
Yeah. Big Boy, DJ Hed. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We with it, man. Tory Lanez stabbed 14 times. I knew that shit was a hit.
You did?
Oh my God, Hed.
Immediately?
Man, we were talking about it at the station. I knew, I felt like I knew exactly what happened. Not exactly, but I felt it was a hit. I felt like, man, I even called who probably got him from the way that they poked him 14 times. And then when I saw the video, man, I was like, dude, not that they didn't kill him, Tory Lanez survived. There's a difference.
There's a difference
Between the motherfucker trying to kill you. Like, we didn't kill him, he survived. Because if you seen the video, that dude was fighting for his motherfucking life, bro. That's a whole different world, bro.
I didn't know much about the story other than hearing about the stabbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I saw it too. I think when I saw it, I'm like, yeah, when I heard he got stabbed at first, I didn't know it was like that severe.
Yeah.
Then when I was like, he got 14, I'm like, oh, they tried to murder him. That's when I knew it was like something else. It's like, you don't, like, not like that, but I know people, who have been through things. That's like, it might be a pack out. It might be a stomp. You might get stomped out. You might even get poked. But it ain't like 14 times a murder. That's they're trying to. And then it was like he got stabbed in the head.
Yeah, man. There's a picture where Tory was just full of blood. And I remember Ani that worked with us, man. Ani was like, you think they'll let him out? I'm like, dude, people getting stabbed in prison every day.
Yeah,
Can you imagine if that was your get out of prison free card?
Like, go ahead, hit me right here.
Yeah, just make sure, can puncture a lung to get me to the crib, man.
Yeah,
hey, Hed, you're not really fucking with that 50 rappers list and
Nah.
And respectfully, because we had this conversation kind of off.
Yeah, for
off,
sure.
Off the mics.
So I remember I know a couple people at Complex. I was asked to participate in the list or whatever, to whatever degree that they asked me to participate. And I was like, I'm not fucking with it. I'm like, why? And it was like, because it's divisive. Y'all keep doing these lists for what? That's like the top 30 comedians of all time or top 20 comedians from New York City. Or it's like, okay, yes, you're giving people their flowers. Why not just give them flowers? Why not just say, Big Boy, you a legend, you in the Radio Hall of Fame, you got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Why does it have to be the top 5 best black media personalities who ever did radio in LA? Right. To me, it's just, I'm at a point in my life where I like serene environments and landscapes. I don't want no divisiveness. I don't want no turmoil. I don't want no smoke.
Hey, man, when I saw the 50 best LA rappers, right?
Sorry not to cut you off, most of the time, not like that, but certain people that were involved in this list ain't even from LA.
Dude, that's what I was asking you.
They're not even from
because
here.
I literally went on air, man, and when I saw certain names, Tash from the Licks, Cam, Fat Lip, I felt like AC Alone. I was like, oh, well, these somebody from LA know these names. You know what I'm saying?
I know 2 people, in the last however many years, I've known 3 human beings that work for Complex that are from LA.
Would you ever do this kind of list?
And 2 out of those 3 didn't have nothing to do with this.
Right.
You think it's a travesty? Because I just now noticed that Tupac's not on this list.
I'm glad you said that.
But there's a flip side to that. Pac's not from the West Coast.
Right. And let me tell you too, Aries, the last couple and few days, now it seems like there's this conversation of Tupac that I've never heard within the last, since this list dropped. I'm hearing so many now. People, even Complex, double back, and they did a. Do you consider Tupac a LA rapper? And now the content is like, no, he's not LA. Tupac is from Maryland. Tupac is from the East Coast. Tupac is from the Bay. Tupac represents the West Coast. It's all these things now where they're kicking up dust, having these conversations because these lists create that. I go somewhere, Aries and Hed, and people ask me, what's your top 5? I don't do top 5s. What's your GOAT? I don't do GOATs.
Want to see me shake this up real quick?
Go ahead.
Watch the comments. Now, when people talk about, you ask anybody, no matter where their region, give me a top 5 rappers. Pac's usually always in that list.
Right.
I don't ever put Pac up there with the top rappers because when I think rap, I think lyricist. Mm-hmm. Pac was not the greatest lyricist. Mm-hmm. He was energy. He was passion. He made you feel him. If that nigga said, nigga, tear the club up, you wanted to tear the club up. Dear mama, you wanted to hug your mama. When you think about lyricism, Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie, Jadakiss, my lyrics, spitters.
All New York guys you just named, by the way.
Jay-Z, I'm going to quote him. New York, home of the spitters. New Yorkers are spitters.
All right, well, let's move
Well, Ray
on.
Vaughn said that Ice Spice is the king of New York right now.
I don't even know who Ice Spice is.
Who said that?
I don't even know.
Ray Vaughn said
Ray
that.
Vaughn said Ice Spice is the king of New York. So
Hey, see, Ray Vaughn is this list. Ray Vaughn's just trying to start some shit. I'll see you soon, Ray Vaughn.
I don't know who Ray Vaughn is.
Right.
I don't know who Ray Vaughn or Ice Spice is. And I'm admit, because I catch flack for this. I am somewhat East Coast biased.
Right.
I'm West Coast biased.
But with heavy validation. Name to me rappers who are better than the ones I just said.
For me, if I'm going, Ice Cube is a motherfucking lyricist.
I can't stand Ice Cube.
That's crazy.
I'm not a fan of him lyrically or acting wise.
Really?
He's the same.
How much time we got left here? Because should I just tell him to leave now?
Let me tell you something. Tommy Chung, comedian.
That's
Tommy
egregious.
Chung.
I know Tommy Chung.
Tommy Chung did a great joke. He goes, here's Ice Cube as a gynecologist. Hey, Miss Jenkins, I looked at your chart. Now get up on that thigh.
That's racist. I don't know how it's racist, but what you just did is racist.
That's
It's racist and it's some cold shit that I'm not gonna sit next to you.
Whatever that was racism.
He's a lawyer. I object, Your Honor. He wasn't even there.
Oh man.
As a surgeon, give me that scalpel so I cut into that spleen.
So you don't feel Ice Cube as a lyricist?
Not at all.
Wait a minute.
You don't think that-
One of the songs I hate the most, if it comes on, I want to shoot the radio. Today was a good day.
One of the biggest songs ever?
Hey man, I think when it comes, for one,
That's
Ice
crazy.
Cube is one of my favorite lyricists.
This is
So
Great guy.
not even on some great guy shit. Lyricist, man. When people say what's the best diss song, I go straight to No Vaseline from
That's
Ice
my
Cube.
camera right there, right?
Yeah. I go straight to No Vaseline, Ice Cube. The N-words you love to hate. All the shit with NWA. Ice Cube's America's Most Wanted album, one of the best hip hop albums to me,
do
bro.
it for me at all.
Really?
No. It's so. And listen, let me be clear. I got love for the West Coast. Snoop's my guy.
I can tell.
Snoop's my guy. Snoop's first album, Doggy Style. I wore the
think,
shit out of
dude,
that.
I don't know if we continue this conversation or if we supposed to like pack him out right now. Like somebody in the comments gonna be like, Big, you and Hed? No,
Yeah.
but this is definitely your opinion.
Yeah.
It's subjective.
Yeah, subjective, very.
We only hit him 4 times, not
Right.
14.
What about the game as a lyricist?
That was fucked up.
That was
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
I love how you
That's
brought the
hilarious.
topic back too.
That's hilarious.
What about the game as a lyricist? Corrupt as a lyricist. Xzibit as a lyricist.
Xzibit's dope.
King T. You probably see, and y'all probably named.
Let me tell you something. And on this list, in my phone right now, I got Dre, Snoop Dogg, Ice-T, Be Real, Xzibit. So I know a lot of these dudes. Awesome. Nothing but love and respect. Be Real. I've done this podcast 1,000 times. It's just not my flavor to my ear. It's, I'm,
Craig Mack.
Nigga, listen. I shower and fuck with Tim's on.
That's
Right.
That's cap.
You know what I'm saying? There's a rhythm and a sound to East Coast
And see,
rap.
I can't go at you about the East Coast, because every rapper that you name from the East, I pretty much fuck with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
the Rakims of the world I fuck with, so on and so forth. But also, maybe your thing is you probably got a little more, you're probably more of a hater than anything. You know what I'm saying?
I get called that. But why?
Because it's easy. It's easy for me to say that. You know what I'm saying? So anytime somebody asks me, I'm like, oh man, Aries, man. Either so I'm gonna say, man, he a comedian.
But
You know
let
what
me be
I'm
clear.
saying?
I want to
Or
be clear
Aries a
again.
hater.
I got respect and love for these niggas. They juggernauts. You know what I'm saying? Dre, like I told you, I went to that nigga house and my drawers came off.
Whoa,
You know what I'm
see,
saying?
this
See,
is what
they
this.
finna clip the shit out of this.
Yeah, man.
I'm telling you,
I think you're doing this shit on purpose.
I got
Like,
a gay
you
bone in my
sodomy.
body, but I went, oh my God, this is nice.
We covered a lot of
You know what I'm
bases.
saying? I ain't never seen no shit like
Yeah,
that.
man.
Sodomy. We covered a lot of ground today,
Yeah,
big.
man.
Yes.
Shit, we got to say this motherfucker in the edits.
Again.
Hey, Ani working on clickbait right now. Get this motherfucker, Ani.
Yeah. He hate the West Coast.
Yeah.
I love the West Coast.
Yeah.
Love the
Hey,
West
man,
Coast to death.
that's gonna be right there.
I love the West Coast. Listen, I love the West Coast so much that I tell people
That you live here.
Yes, I've been here since '93. When I go to New York,
Till infinity.
When I go to New York, if I'm there 4 days, I'm ready to get the fuck up out of there.
Why?
West Coast, women, the weather, and the weed. It's
But what about
unfuckwittable.
But what about the music?
The music's good. It's cool. But I'm in my heart. What up, son? Dead ass nigga. What up, fam? Chilling,
You
dog.
got to try to hold on to that because you've been living out here so long.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah,
I think
Oh,
we
but
got.
when the setting's right, I know how to go, what's up, cuz? Niggas right there in their core.
That's not how we talk.
You
though.
still doing Ice Cube?
That's not the West Coast vernacular.
Do we not pontificate correctly?
Oh, you turned into T.I. on me.
Oh no, he been before T.I.
Yeah, I've been that.
Yeah. Head is a hip hop nerd. By his description.
Yeah.
Listen, man, whether it's the Midwest, East Coast, West Coast, down south, we all dinosaurs in the sense that we all different species, but we fall under the same umbrella as far as being that. So whether your game is or your flavor is a West Coast culture or East Coast culture, you know, pips come from everywhere.
Yeah, and my thing is, man, I listen to, I come from lyrics as well. You know what I'm saying? And I listen to everything.
Yeah.
And when I listen, that's why now I see lyrics, lyrics are coming back, lyrics are coming back. But bro, I used to be so intrigued with learning songs and learning lyrics and holding the fucking either vinyl or the cover or, you know what I'm saying? And this is before, you could just go on to Genius and grab lyrics. I would write lyrics out. Like, I come from just loving lyrics, But I have an allegiance, of course, to the West Coast because that's where I grew up on that shit. I saw West Coast artists like Mixmaster Spade and Toddy T and King T, the motherfuckers that didn't get the accolades that the people are getting now, that was laying the groundwork. So when I did look at this list head, I looked at it and I was like, man, I love seeing Yo-Yo on there.
Yeah.
I love seeing AC Alone. I wish the whole Freestyle Fellowship, Micah 9, I wish everybody was on that motherfucking list. Razzcast, rest in peace to his mom that just passed. Murs, Tash from the Licks, which J-Ro. So I'm looking at this and yours is your shit, but I would even, as my boy AO would say, I would even challenge you to listen. Have you listened to a Licks album?
I've never heard of Licks.
The Alkoholiks?
Oh, Alkoholiks. No.
Man.
Well, let me ask you this. No, let me ask you this. Because you say your allegiance to West Coast, and I struggle with this all the time. Which was the better song if they went head to head? Self-Destruction?
Or Up We're All in the Same Game?
Yeah.
Self-Destruction for me.
Now, why would you say that then?
I just felt Self-Destruction first, and then We're All in the Same Game. It represented home plate, but I thought that it had a little bit of cheese to it.
Dude, when that break comes, when Humpty gets on there, and that break switches with the music.
Yeah.
That's cold.
And then Tone Loc when he said as a youth,
Right.
I used to get my bang on. Then on the Ave, got my part-time slang on.
Yeah.
Party time for me was no joke, though. They knew I was crazy, so they labeled me loco. Khakis creased off, hat feeling sporty.
Yes.
Low riding and tossing up a 40. So yeah, well, it's probably all in the same game for me. Yeah. All right. Thank you for letting me realize that. You know? I want to ask you, but I don't like being asked this myself.
Ask me.
Do you have a goat? Or is that hard for you to answer?
I got a Mount Rushmore.
A goat, see, I don't have a goat and I don't have a Mount Rushmore.
It's easy.
Because my Mount Rushmore changes.
Well, it's easy to have a Mount Rushmore because when you say GOAT,
that's
I think
that
people
one.
overuse it because they go, such and such is a GOAT in basketball. This
Right,
person's a
right.
GOAT. You're killing the meaning of what a GOAT is. It's greatest of all time. So how do you have multiple greatest of all time? You're going against what the term is.
Right.
So there can only be one. That's why I say for a Mount Rushmore, at least you get 4.
Right. Who's your Mount Rushmore?
Jay-Z, Nas, Biggie, and Jadakiss. I can tell by that expression.
I fuck with it.
Oh, okay.
I have no challenges for yours. That's yours. That's
Yeah.
good.
See, like if you were to ask me my Mount Rushmore of West Coast artists.
No, we're not asking you.
Yeah. It's not valid.
I'm fucking with
You're a fucking hater.
Yeah. Snoop. Nobody.
Yeah.
No.
He gonna say Jadakiss.
Snoop, Tupac, but then this is where it gets tough for me. Cause those are the ones I really know. You know? Like those are the ones I rocked in my car and in my CD changer. Past them, I really didn't, you know what I mean? You looking at me like a mob boss.
Yeah.
I kill this
We gonna get him whacked right after that.
Hey man, already man, he gonna walk out this motherfucker. He's gonna be a gang.
Hey, he could be like, "Dude, what happened? I don't know. It just refrigerator just fell out."
Yeah, man. Like, man, I don't know what happened to Aries on the way out of here. But I'm telling you, man, you know what it is too? There's some things, Aries and Head, that people, it's like a given.
Yeah.
Like if you mention, like right now, you know, in the last 5-10 years, anytime somebody said something, it was the big 3. You know, it was like a safety net. Like, oh, you know, who's running hip hop right now? Oh, you know, Kendrick Cole, Drake. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick Cole, Drake. And I started to hear this big 3 shit. I'm like, man, you're the only person. You're saying that because it's safe. You know what I'm saying? Like, even we're sitting here with you, right? You're not just saying, oh man, I love this because I loved it, and you're like, man, I didn't rock with it, and I can take that because there's some shit from the West, this, that, and the other, I don't rock with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, so I can feel you on that. We still gonna cut you when this is over. but do you feel like in hip hop there's this allegiance that you gotta have to these top MCs or the ones that's moving the crowd, not even moving the crowd, but just making the noise?
I don't feel no allegiance to nothing.
Yeah, man.
I think my opinion is just my opinion. I'm one opinion. What I do recognize is that sometimes your opinion holds weight. Like even these lists.
Head said.
That type of shit. So what I'm mindful now of that, which is why I choose not to engage, to where I don't, like, I can't even tweet like, yo, so-and-so album is dope, because then they'd be like, well, what about so-and-so? It's like, you know what I mean? I was like, bro, I'm not even talking about this person. I'm just giving Aries Spears his flowers for this. I didn't say nothing about Cat or, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
certain things like that. So it's just, I think it's a human nature that makes us not want to even fuck with it.
Yeah.
Because they take the fun out of it.
But that's unfortunate because, again, the key word in all of this, it's subjective.
It's opinion.
So now
But
when you have
everybody
a
don't
hate, you call
understand
bitter
that
a
either.
hater.
But everybody don't understand that. Like, even as we're sitting here, somebody gonna say, man, why y'all let him pop off like that?
Yeah,
Like,
yep.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
but people don't even understand that when like, these lists are created for this bullshit dialogue.
That's it.
And then people come in and they say, like, I've had people say, well, what would be your top 10? Don't worry about what my top 10 is. What would be your top 5? Are you comfortable with Kendrick at number 1? Don't worry about what I'm comfortable with. Are you comfortable with?
Yeah, what's your list?
Yeah, what's your list? And your list is your list. I don't give a fuck what your list, like, the only thing I said about this 50 best LA rappers was I was happy to see some of the names on here because some of these names don't make the list.
Yeah.
And that's what I was looking at. King T is one of my favorite MCs. King T don't make it to a lot of the lists. Yo-Yo, as I said, don't make it to a lot of the lists. J-Rock, which I felt at one point, and you know this, he carried a lot of shit on
A
his
lot
back.
of it, yeah.
He don't make it to the list. Tash from the Licks, which I wish they would have put J-Ro in there as well.
Why is Doja Cat on the list?
Doja can rap.
Really?
Can y'all have that conversation?
What? She
Why
can
is
rap.
Doja Cat on the list?
She from here. But she could rap though. Doja Cat, you know what's crazy? My first time ever meeting, I don't think I talked about it. My first time meeting Doja Cat, it was at a Two Dope Boys event. It was a blog event. And she was in there on some backpack hip hop shit. Like
Great dancing, rapping, all that
yeah,
shit.
Doja Cat like a hip hop head in real life. She, you know, she do the pop shit and whatever, but
Hey man, you almost banged your head on that wall behind you. That motherfucker. That motherfucker, his shit shot back. I was like, we got to send you to a chiropractor after that shit. Man. Hey man, he keep analyzing the list like, Lady of Rage, I love Lady of Rage, don't get on that shit. And we had a conversation too, somebody was like, why is Will.i.am on the list? I'm like, Will.i.am?
yeah.
Like, I don't understand Tyler, the Creator.
Tyler the Creator's a rapper.
I know, but he seems, I know him more for almost the insane antics.
See, let me
Than
tell you about
rapping.
that. Let me.
I'm wrong?
No, you're right. And let me tell you why you're right. You're right by yesteryear's like patterns and standards. And,
Right.
and Tyler, the Creator, he went on record to say this. At one point, Tyler was antics and craziness, and you remember this, Head.
Yeah.
And then he said that started to supersede his music.
music, yeah.
And and I've seen Tyler, and I've had this conversation where he was like, it was always, what is he gonna do? What is he gonna say? And it wasn't about the music. So if you see Tyler as of late, and I'm talking about years now,
Yeah.
he's worked on flipping that shit around. Tyler is a fucking, like the name, the Creator. That motherfucker.
And just so I understand, because again, this is not really my region. So the fact that E40, Too Short, MC Hammer is not on this is because they from the Bay.
Yeah, it's LA rappers.
Correct. And that's why with Complex, that's why they said they didn't put Pac on. Because immediately everybody went to Pac. And then if you see Game came in at number 11 on Complex list. Game went and did his own. You see this one? Where Game was like, Game put himself, he was 11 on there. Game is number 5 on this one. But he added Tupac on this because Game said that Tupac is LA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't even want, give me this, because I don't even want you to go through this one. If you had a hard time with the 50,
other one, yeah.
I don't even want you to,
my
man,
shit back.
who are half of these motherfuckers? I don't even know who
the
such
fuck
and
is
such
Kendrick?
is. Yeah.
Well, I know who Kendrick
Who is Kendrick? Yeah, man. What is this? Kurupt. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get off this bullshit because it's obvious, man. We're supposed to do something to you already. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, Kanye West.
Your boy.
Oh, why do you look at me like that?
Yeah, he was, man.
You know what I'm saying? You know I got in trouble for that shit.
What?
You know Kanye?
Oh,
West?
Kanye was my boy, bro.
He's not anymore?
Nah, you know what? Not even about everything that's going on with Ye. I just had a situation with a few years ago that I get on the phone with Ye now. We had a chance to talk about it, but it took me a year before we even talked about it. It was just one of them things, man, where I felt he tried to sun me on some, disrespect shit, and I'm just not that person. And I really, as I'm talking to you right now, we hanging out, I really wanted to put hands on him, but he wouldn't get close enough.
Are y'all still like that or y'all cool?
No, we cool. And I've interviewed him after that, but I had to bring it up. But I wasn't gonna go on air or go on, and say, yeah, I had a problem with Ye, and this is what happened, and yesterday. I'm not that dude, man. I'm not gonna sit here and jump on, and all these goofy motherfuckers could write the narrative and all that shit. Ye know the truth, I know the truth. Anybody that was in that room know the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I don't go out and try to correct shit. I know who I am. And my thing is this, I'm not offensive, but my defense is immaculate. Talk what you want, put your hands on me, we good. But who was just saying something about Ye?
What? Oh no, I got in trouble for that.
You got in trouble for what?
They when I was
Sorry
at
about
when
that,
I was
Bishop. I'm moving this light over here, Bishop.
when I was at the radio station, I went on the air and said, "Dear white people, I was listening to the Graduation album this morning, and I've come to the realization that I would like my Kanye West back. So if you guys would be willing to make a trade, we as the black community would be willing to trade you Logic." And I got called into the principal's office for racist rhetoric.
Really?
Yeah. But it was a joke.
Right.
It was. I mean, I was serious, but it was.
Now there'll be no Logic hate here. That's my guy.
You know.
But even with Ye, man, Ye said he spend nights now. Did you hear what he said about Jay-Z and Beyonce's kids?
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
You can't talk about nobody's kids, bro. Well, Aries probably feel different.
You just said you'll say a baby's ugly.
If asked.
No. He just unprompted, just
Came out of nowhere.
and just you like. Okay, let's say you sitting here right now.
Yeah.
Would you just jump and be like, you know what? I've seen, Damon Wayans Jr.'s baby, and you wouldn't.
Oh no, I wouldn't just off the cuff.
That's
like
my
that.
point.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Right.
With no one asking, it just came in the form of an X of a tweet, and it's hard for me to even repeat what he said.
Well, what did he say?
It was, man, you know what
I don't remember what he said.
man, it was some. He said, "Have you guys seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's twins, the young kids?"
The younger girl?
Yeah.
And the boy, he said they are, and as now we say the R word. Spelled out, that's why you don't see them out. And I'm just like, wow, man. And Ye say some crazy shit. But that's some shit where now he's saying he spends nights, dreaming about apologizing to Jay-Z. And those are things, bro, how do you apologize for telling the world that my kids don't come out because my kids are the R word? And what am I supposed to say to you? Like, oh,
I don't
yeah,
think
man,
it's supposed. I think it's just all furniture movement at that.
yeah,
point.
bro. Like, and that's what I said. I said,
You know
I do
what
one
I'm
of them things like, yeah, man, I understand, come and meet me over at Four Seasons or wherever they go. And I would get in there and beat the fucking shit out of them.
It's almost like when you take it back to Tyler, and it's like the antics are outdoing the music. I don't understand what's wrong with Kanye. Like, why? We know he's such a genius musically. Why are you letting your antics taking over the art?
Yeah, man.
I just don't get what the game
It's
is.
no longer about the art and the music. Maybe, and maybe he's trying
bored?
to
Is he
save
bored?
us. I don't know. But how many times can you be forgiven? Or somebody write you a pass where it's like, oh, he's bipolar.
I officially
he
logged
says
off.
He's on the spectrum. Oh, he hasn't been the same since his mom passed. Like, how many passes do I write
Maybe
for
that's
you? You say you logged off already?
Completely. I didn't listen to the new
maybe
album. That shit was crazy, but the Nazi shit and like all of that, and then it was just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
And I just want to remember him for like 5 albums, and that's where I stay.
Right.
Maybe billionaires just get bored. I'm not a billionaire, so I don't know. Maybe we all speaking out of
No.
Yeah.
lack of experience.
No.
Let me tell you, man.
That ain't it.
I'm just saying, like,
I think it's just add water shit. If you're an asshole already, and whatever you add to it, you just add water.
But was he an
me tell
asshole
you-
when his mother was alive?
See, and that's another thing that people say. People say, oh, he's been different since his mom passed. And that's the pass people give. But what's crazy? What you just said right now, man. You said that maybe being a billionaire is boring. Latto recently just said that being rich is boring.
She said that?
Yes. We literally just talked about this yesterday.
Wait, Latto's a person?
Yeah, a rapper. She's a rapper from the South, Aries. She's dope.
When did your music
Wait a
stop?
minute,
In what, 2001?
Time out.
LATTO.
Let me put this in perspective. So Latto said being a billionaire is boring.
No.
right?
Being
Millionaire.
rich.
Being rich.
Oh, being rich. Is she rich?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
She's bored.
She ain't a billionaire.
No.
She didn't say billionaire.
She said being rich.
I think that extra zero matters.
But you said being a billionaire is boring.
Right.
She said being rich is boring.
She's not.
But she's already bored.
Well, then,
Is being rich boring?
no. But I ain't a billionaire.
I wish you the best. No, let me tell you why I said that.
You know what I love about Dude, you have a subtlety that's extremely funny.
But I do wish
you be in some more comedies, dude.
I wish you the best. And the reason why I'm saying this, Aries, is because I probably don't want you to get $1 billion.
No. I don't want you. I'm hating. I don't want you to have $1 billion just so you can spew this rhetoric that West Coast music sucks.
Not even
I
that.
didn't, I didn't say it sucks.
I'm just adding to the clicks.
I did not say it sucks.
I'm adding to the clicks.
Okay.
Aries
the thumbnail
says,
is
fuck the
going
West
to be
Coast.
gay comedian Aries Spears says the West Coast sucks
While being sodomized.
By a head.
Yeah, man.
By a big head.
Yeah, and big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, but no, she said that being rich is boring. And I'm like, damn, like, I would love to be bored enough to buy a plane, bored
Listen,
enough to
I don't buy
pay my
into
bill.
any of the money don't buy happiness, more money, more problems. I don't buy into any of that. Because if you've ever been broke, you know that's problematic. Money solves problems.
Yeah,
And if you tell me money don't buy happiness, well, then there's something wrong with you. Because that's exactly what it buys.
Right.
Be broke and see how happy you are.
Yeah, man.
Yo.
And I think everyone that's not just sitting here hanging out, I think everyone here knows what broke is.
Facts.
You know, every one of us know what broke are. Like, my kids, they don't know about running an extension cord to the neighbor's house.
Yeah.
They don't know about coming home and flipping the light switch and shit ain't on. They don't know about syrup sandwiches and peanut, it's syrup
I
sandwich
love
and sugar.
paying for pussy outright.
Yeah, so go ahead and wrap this up, big. Go ahead, thank y'all for watching. Go to Big Boy's YouTube.
Do you have a running time,
Big
anybody?
Boy's YouTube.
Okay.
Make sure you subscribe.
You said
and
you
like,
love
comment.
paying for pussy outright.
You know what I'm saying?
So not the sneak pay.
Listen,
Big Boy, you got a family.
whether we all
tripping.
whether we all care to admit it or not, the truth is we paying for it regardless.
Like indirectly.
You're paying for it.
But you say you like paying for pussy outright.
Let's eliminate the middleman.
Hey, let me tell you something.
I'm Frank Lucas in Vietnam. Let's get rid of the middleman.
Aries Spears. We just talked about this. Like
And
30 minutes ago, we talked about Puff.
Let me quote Paul Mooney, the late great Paul Mooney. Just so women can have some intellect on this. A wet pussy and a dry purse don't match.
A wet pussy.
And a dry purse don't match.
That's pimp talk.
So it's like women want you to pay, whether it's directly or indirectly. Any woman worth her weight wants you to pay.
Wait, what was his quote that he just said?
He's
A wet pussy and a dry.
No, not
No, yours.
No, your quote, not Paul Mooney.
Oh,
I like
paying for pussy
outright.
Right.
Explain that.
No games. Listen, I want you to leave. I want you to leave.
That's what
So
Charlie
are
Sheen
we
said.
talking about, are you on the road and you'll call a call girl pay for pussy type of thing?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Now he don't know
Oh!
Now he don't know what the fuck you talking about. See what I'm saying?
Why did I grab my shit and do the same thing? Oh, this motherfucker, why Doja Cat on the list? I never heard of Latto, East Coast Jada. Wow. And you just come out and literally say, I like paying for pussy outright. And then I ask you a direct question.
I'm going to tell you this. Side pussy makes a marriage work.
Big.
Damn.
Do you have a comment on that?
Yeah, I do. Because I recently did one of them good nights to Top Dog. Do you know who Top Dog is from Top Dog Entertainment?
No.
Oh my God,
man.
bro.
All righty. Well, Top Dog is you really pride yourself on not knowing these people.
Yeah.
When
Where they from? They from California?
He went no, then he went.
Dude, I'm in a cocoon, man. I don't go out anymore. I stay at home. I'm on the PlayStation.
If they from
when I'm on the
California,
road,
fuck
I'm in the hotel. And I've been accused for being stuck in the 90s. You know what I mean? It was a great era.
Why would they accuse you of being stuck in the 90s?
It was a beautiful
era. You're wearing a
era.
beautiful New York hat and Timberlands and sweats. Like,
What a great era.
yeah, man. Like, when you find it, why leave it, right?
Why should the decade die just because the time did?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We need to normalize living in the 90s.
Hey, man, come on, man. It was everything was beautiful back then.
Don't think I'm going to let you off about I pay for pussy outright.
Hey, let me tell you something. I went to go DJ DJ with some. I ain't gonna say who it was. It's
Right.
very popular, rap group. We go. I'm on it.
You're not gonna know who it is.
No, they did shit. So we out there. It's a whole bunch of us. I'm DJing. I'm DJing in this club. One of the homies that's with the label get on the mic, and he's like, we in here. We rich. We paying for pussy and all that. And I looked, because I'm on stage. I'm literally behind him.
Right.
I looked around. I just closed my laptop and started.
Oh yeah, wrap it up.
I'm from LA. I don't know what you talking about. I gotta go.
You say you pay for pussy outright.
He on that. He stuck on that.
I'm not trying. Listen, I give a fuck about your birthday, how many children you got, what's your favorite color.
I love you, bro.
Let's do it and get the fuck out. I got a wife to come home to.
I ain't gonna hate you. Are you married now?
No.
Okay.
No.
Aries, were you ever married?
Twice, yes.
Oh, really though? Hey man, do you have a date, like a preference? Because we were talking about this on air today. Tinder's coming with a thing now. It's a height filter on Tinder. So dudes can't lie about their age, their height anymore. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how this shit's gonna work, Hed, to tell you the truth, right? But we were on air and we were talking about preferences when it comes to dating. Like, I'm married, but I wouldn't date or I wouldn't have married a girl. Maybe when you fall in love is different. But cigarette smokes.
Right.
From a girl always being like,
Yeah.
that just wasn't my thing. Do you have preferences as well where you're like, man,
I have a preference on who I...
how much you charging?
I have a what'd you say the word
Preference.
was? A preference on who I choose to create a legacy with.
Right, got you.
Who I'm choosing to fuck on the side if I choose to do that. There ain't no preference. You're not permanent. You're temporary. Like if the bitch is bad enough, I will fuck a white bitch on top of a Muslim man in a mosque while eating a ham sandwich.
This motherfucker. Bishop, are you here?
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Hey, dude, yeah, man. And I'm just gonna tell you, man. Anybody I'm gonna paint this picture for you. When you look at this, you look at the big boy hangout, you see the couches and all this stuff, right?
Right.
Aries, those are cameras. That's a camera. This I think this is your camera.
Yes.
So that's your camera.
No,
And
that
then-
was his.
No, that was mine.
That's you over there?
that's him
okay,
right there.
that's Hed's camera, right?
No,
okay.
that's him. He right there too.
All right, so that's both of y'all. That's a 2-shot. All right, so that this is on camera.
Let me tell you something.
Okay. Please don't.
I have a goal, and I want to be a billionaire, and I want to own a Learjet and a yacht. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I got to do to break through that motherfucking door. So these are jokes. Now, whether or not you want to take this serious or not, if you put your ass in them seats at my show, I've done my job.
Right.
If my podcast gains awareness, more viewers, more money, I've done my job. If my name grows, my popularity grows because of this, I've done my job. You can't complain about how I make my bread and you still want to spend it. So if you my broad and you want to spend the money and you want the Cartiers and the Tiffany diamonds and the red bottoms, then you can't knock how I get there if you gonna spend the money. You know what I'm saying? Separate fact from fiction. I'm talking shit. I'm being funny. But if what I'm doing is gonna put your ass in the seats, is gonna turn the turnstile and put that bread in my pocket, well then, come on now. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
What the
Yes, you
fuck is the point of cake and
Wait.
not eating it?
Yeah, you can have your cake and eat it too.
You know how the saying goes, right? You know how
I never understood that one. I'm
it's
like,
not
bro,
my job to
the
bring
fuck
home
I'm-
the bacon and
and
fry
fry it up in the pan,
I'm
right?
gonna bring home the bacon. Get your ass in that kitchen and get to work.
Really though.
Yeah.
Do you live with your woman at the house?
No.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, you got a whole different freedom. Yeah.
But trying to get it back right. Mm-hmm. And listen,
What the fuck does that mean?
that means I'm gonna take a page from Shaq book when I saw his documentary on HBO. I fucked my situation up. Because, I was doing a lot of things, I shouldn't be doing. So I take responsibility and I'm trying to get it back right. But like I said, for what the money I make, for the money I spend, for the lifestyle you want to live, I'm going to give you that. but then don't question how I get there. You can't have that both ways. You know what I'm saying? Don't question how I get there if you want to spend it. So how I get there is how I get there.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go out with you. Yeah.
I figured it out. Yeah. You need to be a therapist in the movie.
You think so? Right.
Because the way you responding now, that's comical.
Hey man,
That's comical.
And you see I'm hitting you with this.
Right.
Are you on the road a lot though, huh?
365.
Damn, bro. Do you have anything? Where's your next, like, if it's this weekend? Like, where do you know you at? Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Whole weekend? Mm-hmm. So how many shows were you doing in Louisville?
I think 4 or 5. Like, I just got back from doing Canada. I worked 10 days straight. I did 4 nights in Buffalo. Then I did 5 nights in Canada. And then I came back and I did a theater in Boston.
Do you still enjoy that, like getting on the stage? And
yeah, I enjoy flexing the creative muscles. I don't enjoy the politics that come with it.
Yeah, man.
The racism that's involved.
What's the racism? Because you said that earlier when we weren't sitting down.
You know, this game, we have to play by a different set of rules. You know, in Hollywood. Like, I just reposted this great interview that Viola Davis did, and the interviewer basically asked her, because you know she trained Juilliard to do some of the biggest arts, and she goes, I've trained not just to be a great actress, and I might be fucking this up in terms of how she said it, but it's like I'm more so trained to be a great white actress, because a lot of the great artists that wrote screenplays and movies and stuff and plays for actresses were modeled off of like white behavior, white culture, whereas some of those same white actresses, if you were to tell them perform as such and such from Raisin in the Sun or from this black theatrical art form, you couldn't do that.
Right.
I have to do what you're able to do, but you guys don't have to train to do our culture. So yeah, there's a double standard, but there always has been. You know, I remember I saw a great documentary where Louis Gossett was saying he was doing a movie and the director was white and he had a scene where he had to kiss the female lead who was black, and the director basically pulled him aside and was saying to him, because y'all's lips are so big when you kiss, you look crazy. So in so many words, like white people close your mouth and kind of kiss like this and be more like this. Because our lips are bigger and fuller, it didn't look good on camera. So that's the kind of stupid shit we got to deal with. You know, I've been called difficult because I've done a movie where the cast is predominantly white, which means everybody behind the cameras is predominantly white. So when I take my hat off and go, I need a haircut, I need a lineup, I need an edge up, them stylists don't know what I'm talking about. So if I call to bring my barber in, this nigga, who you think he is? Diva. Our people aren't good enough. No, your people don't know what an edge up is.
Yeah.
They don't know what a lineup is. They don't know black hair. So they assume that because they got people to take care of white hair, it's the same as taking care of black hair. Fuck around, have me looking like buckwheat. You know, when you notice when you look at it, if it was a Spike Lee movie or a John Singleton movie, when the cast is predominantly black, everybody behind the scenes tends to be black. But when the movie is predominantly white, the people behind the camera ain't black.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So do you see that even more so now, man, when movies that you've done, right? Was it harder for you to get back into like those kind of movies where, like, if you think of even Jerry Maguire, right? Was it harder for you to stay in Hollywood because the standards that you have?
Again, maybe because I say some of the things I say is where I probably have gotten myself in trouble.
Right.
But I'm blown away by the hypocrisy of Hollywood, because the very things that I'll be accused of doing have been done 10 times over by other artists. Bigger names, bigger faces, different complexion.
Oh, yeah.
So why is little old me the problem?
Yeah, and I've seen people get chances or redos that we don't get in some of the biggest blockbuster movies.
That too.
That we don't get, man. Where can they find you at on social media?
Aries,
and the podcast too.
Yeah, Aries Spears on Instagram, Facebook. Everything is my name. My podcast, Spears and Steinberg. Available on all streaming platforms, on my YouTube, Spearsburg Pod. Hit like and subscribe. And I can't stress this enough, I always do. We like over 600 episodes. Start from the beginning. And we didn't jump on YouTube until like 2 years in, so they're not even available all on YouTube. But if you go to the listening platforms, start from the beginning and go in order. I know it's a lot, but it's like masturbation and potato chips. Once you start, you can't stop. And it matters in terms of context, the evolution of the show, characters, all that.
Dude, I still haven't. What's that one show that everybody used to watch on HBO?
Oh, Game of Thrones.
I still haven't watched that, man.
I think that's one of the most overrated shows ever.
I don't know if I'm gonna go. I love you, but I don't think I'm gonna go listen to 600 episodes of.
I'm telling you, you will get hooked like that.
Really though.
It's that fire.
No one can eat just one. No
Nice.
one can listen just one.
Masturbation and potato chips.
Where we find you at, DJ Hed? Everywhere.
DJ Hed on all platforms. Go listen to my show, Effective Immediately, myself.
Hey, bro, y'all got one of the best fucking shows, bro.
Thank you, bro.
You and that Gina Views, bro. Like, y'all pocket is fucking ridiculous, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Y'all compliment each other so well.
It's my little sister, man. So,
Man.
yeah, Effective Immediately on all platforms, YouTube, everywhere you podcast, nationally syndicated via SiriusXM. But yeah, go listen to Effective Immediately.
You don't like talking about yourself.
Go watch The Bigger Picture. I be trying to remember everything.
Right.
You get my memory bad. Like, that's why I'm single. I can't remember birthdays and stupid shit like that.
Right.
But,
are you single because of that, or are you single because you're brutally honest and it's hard?
I'm brutally honest about being single, which is probably
Hey, when was the last time you were in a relationship?
a real one.
Yeah.
2010.
Really?
Well, I claimed her and she claimed me. There was a female human riding around LA claiming me, who that wasn't my girl. You know what I'm saying? And I looked at it as like almost figuratively kidnapping, because anywhere you hold me against my will is kidnapping. It's punishable by 15 years minimum in the state of California. So I don't claim that. But yeah, go watch The Bigger Picture. Myself, Jeremy Heck, Elliott Wilson.
Yeah, man, that's another one, bro.
Yeah, bro. Appreciate you. And then also, you know, all of my stuff. I got some things I'm doing with Will I Am at FYI Radio. So go check that out.
Man.
It's
But
dope.
this hangout, we ain't one and done. We're gonna have to
Oh, absolutely.
either together or these are rotations, man.
Hey, man,
because-
give me a cot in this motherfucker.
Right, no, you in this motherfucker.
Come on, man.
Aries, I appreciate you for hanging out with me, man. Head, I appreciate
Yeah,
you
you
for
already
hanging
know.
out, man. Thank you guys for hanging out with your partner, Big Boy. All right, as always, we are gone.